Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Thursday. It is May 1st, 2025. I hope you're safe and healthy today. I hope your family is safe and healthy. And that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are trying their best to save people's lives. Those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography, child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on all those that make the money from these things. And double curses on the perverts that create the demand that actually cause these things to continue to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and military veterans homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. Today is the biggest game of the whole year for the New York Knicks. It's the biggest game for the whole year. They're going to be prepared and ready. And this games like this, in situations like this, where I am happy we have Tom Thibodeau as our coach. I'll tell you why. Because just like the Dom, and it's the same culture. It's the Knick culture now. We didn't have this before. They keep everything in-house. They know, and what Tom Thibodeau said last week is the truth. Many of y'all didn't catch it. All that matters is what they think in that locker room. Why do I mention that? Some of y'all act like Tom Thibodeau is supposed to be perfect and he can't make a mistake. See, when you're a fan, at least in my view, you're not ready to pounce all over him just because he make a mistake. The game wasn't lost in the 2 minutes because he didn't call timeout. How about when OG Anunoby was tying his shoe and got called for a 2-shot foul? Because Cade Cunningham didn't know where he was going, tripped over. How about the Knicks shooting 60% from the foul line? What? He's supposed to go out and show you how to shoot a foul shot for the NBA? Some of y'all tripped. And that's why I ain't having it. All this BS about holding people accountable. What the hell is that? What does hold accountable look like? Let me tell you. It means firing your coach. And we ain't firing Tom Thibodeau. Let me just make sure you understand that. He's going to be here. You can go somewhere else. He's going to be here. And y'all brainwashed fools listening to these knuckleheads. Tom Thibodeau caused us to lose. You know you can't come on my channel with that. I've been saying it all the time. And some people saying, why you keep repeating that? You know why? Because people get the disclaimer. They heard what I just said. And they still come on here with that BS. I know, right? It's stupid. It's ignorant. It's stubborn. It's stiff-necked. That's what they do, though. They still come on here. I'm sorry, but I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep it a buck. You come on my channel and talk about my coach, you out. You can wait 3 weeks. Try again. I don't care. And then some other fool talk about, well, how come this team and this team closed their people out? As if that has something to do with us. See, it's that kind of stupidity, ignorance, and foolishness that drives a brother crazy. Tonight, though, we need to support our squad. They're going to be in Detroit. They trying to win, and that's another thing. There is no coach. And this is by people that don't even like Tom. There is no coach in the NBA that works as hard as Tom Thibodeau, that spend more hours in the film room, that spend more time in preparation. We should be more appreciative of that after having dealt with idiots like Phil Jackson that falling asleep at times when he's supposed to be awake. Tonight's the biggest game of the year. Ain't nobody on the Knicks injury report, which means they're all going to be there. They all understand. It's the biggest game of the year. Internally, they're all focused. What I like, Jalen Brunson said, I need to make better decisions offensively. Some of y'all went off on that, talking about, well, he was iso balling. I would like you to please look at the stats. And this is the thing. Before some of y'all start running off at the mouth and getting crazy, you need to look at the stats. Because some of the time, you don't know what you're saying because you don't know what you're looking at. Look here. If I told you, during a game, any basketball game, Mikal Bridges had 16 shots. OG had 13 shots. Cat had 14 shots. Brunson had 16 shots. Josh Hart had 13 shots. You can't tell me that's not balance. There was no ISO ball in that. That's balance. And every time Jalen Brunson decides he could take somebody off the dribble, I don't want to hear about ISO ball. You know why? Because he's a master at footwork. He's just not good at it. He's one of the all-time great footwork people in the NBA, period. And that's what he's supposed to do. And yet still, everybody got double-digit shots on the team. That means he was making sure everybody touched the rock, everybody got their shots, and he was getting his too. The problem was they wasn't knocking them down. That was the problem. They shot 43% from the field and 36% from three. That was the problem. And even bigger so, 59% from the foul line. That's where the game was lost. Thibodeau ain't got no control over that. Brunson took responsibility as he knew he's supposed to. I mean, Brunson, man, he's supposed to be, a 90% shooter. And from the line, he pretty much is. He shot 70% that day, 7 of 10. He missed 3. And, that was big. Now, we know Mitchell Robinson's not a great shooter, but he hit 3 of 7. But that's the thing. See? Got to knock down the foul shots. They know that. They don't need me or you to tell them that. They know that. We just need to encourage them and stop whining. Because neither Thibs, nor Brunson, nor me got any cheese for your wine. This is the biggest game of the year. They need all of us behind them. If you coming on my channel with anything negative today, think twice, because I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to know you. And I've been actually getting stuff from Pistons fans. Talking about we whining about the call. So look here. OG Anunoby's tying his shoes and gets called for a 2-shot foul. You want to talk about ridiculous refereeing? Look here. Knicks take 27 foul shots. Detroit takes 36. And some knuckleheads, this is how stupid some people get. The reason the Knicks only got 27 shots is because they were just hoisting up threes. Then I told that idiot, look here. Your boys took 29 threes. The Knicks only took 25. It just happened your boys dropped 8 of 29, shot 28% from 3. The Knicks shot 9 of 25. Not great, but it wasn't like they spent the night hoisting up threes. Your boys just played dirty, and they got over because the officials helped them. That's okay, though. There's a new crew coming out tonight, number 1. Number 2, our boys going to be focused and ready. Because one thing about my coach, he makes sure his team is focused and ready. Everything is internal. All that matters is what they think in that locker room, and they think they could win. So do I. Biggest game of the year today in Detroit. Detroit better be ready, because we coming. Y'all enjoy the game. And try not to whine, because I ain't got no cheese for whatever. Shalom.